late night woods encounter. This happened last summer and is probably the weirdest and scariest thing that has happened to me. It was a warm New England summer night and my friend, who I'll call Chris, was sleeping over my house. Chris and I have always been night owls, so whenever we sleep over each other's houses, we usually stay up pretty late. We were up at around 2 in the morning, bored out of our minds trying to think of stuff to do. We're both into the outdoors, so I came up with the idea to go on a short night hike near my house. We brought some firecrackers to light off, and some music. Looking back now, it was a dumb idea, but whatever. I live on a rural dirt road surrounded by woods, so there's a decent amount of trails near me. We got there, and unexpectedly it was very muddy and I had dropped my flashlight, which broke it. We were considering turning around, but we ended up just using our phone flashlights. I've been to this place before, and I knew of a pond with a dock that was on the trail that we could go to. The hike to the dock only took about 20 minutes. When we got there, we were greeted by hundreds of frogs croaking constantly, which made us a little on edge, but we stayed. We lit off some of those little red firecrackers that make a loud noise, but no fire. We started to play some music on our speaker, and we're starting to have a good time, when Chris tells me to turn the music down because he thought he heard something. I turned it down, and there was the sound of an engine in the not-so-far distance. It sounded like an ATV or another type of small vehicle. Now, these trails are known to have ATVs, side-by-sides, jeeps, etc. to ride on them, so it's not out of the ordinary to hear those type of noises out there, but all I could think was who the hell would be out riding at this time at night. It was probably around 2:30 in the morning when we heard this noise. Me and Chris looked at each other with confused looks. The sound was coming closer, and we decided to quickly pack up our stuff. Whatever vehicle it was coming to our location, and we didn't know what else to do, so we hid in the nearby bushes/ditch. The vehicle had reached us and had stopped just before the opening to the dock and was just idling for a solid 5 minutes there. This is the weird part. Whoever it was had their headlights turned off and most likely used a small flashlight to navigate, so we could not see their location. They were purposely trying not to be seen. Why would anyone with good intentions want us to not see them? Our hearts were pounding, and at this point we were genuinely scared. After 5 minutes, the vehicle left the opening and headed off in another direction. Once we thought it was far enough away, we booked it back to the car, just using my phone screen light to see. On the way back, we saw fresh exhaust smoke lingering and tire tracks on the trail, which means they saw our car at the trailhead and knew we were there. Thankfully, we made it back to the car, and while we were driving home, Chris said, "That felt like pure survival," which I thought was a great way of describing the whole situation. Now I've came up with one theory to what was going on that night. Maybe someone was late night cruising on the main road with their ATV and saw our car and thought we were lost and tired helping us, but that didn't explain why they were hiding their location. Besides the whole no headlights thing, I also thought it was weird that someone would be out there at the hour on their off-road vehicle. If anyone has any ideas on what was going on, please let me know.